那我先要把这个放回去，锁一下，然后再把壳放回去，锁4个螺丝，好吧？大家好，欢迎大家点击这个影片，跟我一起来玩 Apple Arcade 的游戏。我们今天要玩的游戏叫做 Assemble with Care。一开始你看到很复古的这个随身听哦，好酷哦！那还有很复古的卡带在这边，我就把卡带放到随身听里面。然后干嘛呢？播放吗？按这边。Assemble with Care， 酷。然后现在有这个耳机，我就要插到耳机孔里面。哦，建议使用耳机游玩，获得最好的体验。哎，这个游戏是支援中文呢，好棒哦！按 Play， 复古。Assemble with Care， 那就开始玩咯。
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between. But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as excited as the first day of my journey. A whole year. It felt like a lifetime. Places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs. Bellariva was my chance to take a break.Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
这有个故事哦，这样子，那我就点这边，应该是点这个吧，安顿好行李。好，真的进去了。点击行李箱以提起它。要把它放到这边吗？点击扣锁，打开箱子。长按工具箱，以删除物品。
The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these.
哦，慢慢拿出来啦。
I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish.
这样把它拿出来。完成。
Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva.I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal. Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work.
我觉得超棒的，就是大家可能都是玩中文的游戏啊，不会有什么特别的感觉。像我如果碰到很多那个像 iPhone、iPad 的那个游戏啊，然后都是只有英文的话，是蛮痛苦的。然后可以Apple Arcade 居然有支援中文，我觉得超棒的这个游戏。
My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires. My story in Bellariva began with a little girl, and a voice she was longing to hear.
继续。就按这个播放的钮啊，应该是。
It was my first morning in
要按这个钮。
Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun.
我说后面那种背景音乐，然后真的有那种小镇的这种人家走路声。
In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time. As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
当然，我们就是来修东西的。
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
哦，
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore.
不晓得大家有没有曾经用过随身听哦，录音带来听音乐？我有，我高中的时候是用录音带听东西、听音乐，怀念。
I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try?
这游戏应该就是在修理东西哦，组合东西 ，assemble with care， 小心的修东西。哦，所以是这样子，有录音机，有录音带，电池，还有一个螺丝起子。没有什么提示吗？那应该打开这边，用螺丝起子。哦，酷！哎，然后把电池放进去吗？哦，
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
那就把电池拿出来。好酷！这游戏蛮不错的。把它放进来，那再把电池装回去。然后把它锁螺丝，螺丝应该先放过来，然后锁螺丝。有锁好吗？应该有锁好了，我把它放回去。那接下来是录音带啊，不晓得大家曾经有听过录音带吗？这录音带如果这个袋子如果卷成像这样子的话，你就要用铅笔放到这个洞里面去。这可能比较年轻的人不太知道在干嘛。年轻的时候我都这样子卷带的。
How did you do that? I didn't see.
再秀给你看哦，像这样，用原子笔或者铅笔都可以。我小时候就是这样子，那就把它放回去。这样应该就修好了吧？还没有吗？把它放过来。哦，我知道了。喝咖啡并不代表修好，那就是要把这个打开来吗？哦，还可以打开来，帅，怀念呢。放进去，播放。
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight,
修好了。
know that I will always love you.
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
他妈妈。
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill. When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo. I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. A part I wouldn't be able to fix.
继续。蛮好玩的这个游戏。那如果大家是刚点进来的话哦，我们现在是在玩的是 iPad 的游戏 ，iPhone 也有这个游戏哦 ，Apple Arcade 就是 Apple TV 也可以玩这个游戏，然后 Mac 的电脑也可以玩这个游戏。那这是 Apple Arcade 的订阅的服务。那我们再来玩，继续玩下去。
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square.
哎，没有听完，可以再放一下吗？
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit.
要叫他修东西。
The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles.
哦，这个整个画风也是蛮不错的，整个游戏啊，蛮好的。
The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father.
哦，
I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Ah, my father's statue.
哦，
What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him. It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it?
恢复。哎呦，破成这样，要用胶水粘就对了。我想应该
Will
要
you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
啊，脚在这里。哦，还用胶水胶这里吗？然后再放这个，哎，然后再放这个，不太像，像是放点胶水在这边。接下来放个，这是脚吗？还是手？哦，好像是脚哦，所以我在这边涂一点胶水。好的。
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
那接下来粘他的身体， 然后
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together?
接下来是手臂，不对吗？哦，好了。然后最后是我把这个放回去，然后底座在这里，然后用一点胶水。修好了，完成。
Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
他妈妈不见了，不在了。
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go.
没
Looks
时
like I'll be
间。
working late. Again?
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening.
大家也是这样吗？
Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
继续哦。我是要找出真相。接下来要修电话吗？
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
哎呦，这个游戏真的
At
好
least I've
复
got
古
plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some seasoning tips, but it won't connect.
所以要修电
Can you
话。
see if you can figure out what's wrong?
大家有用过这种电话吗？就是还要拨转盘的电话。我有用过，我真的够老了。然后，iPhone 刚出来的时候有个 App， 就是要用可以让你用拨号来打电话的 App， 很受欢迎，很受老人欢迎。我们就来修这个电话。如果根本没看过这种电话的人，不知道能不能修哎。不管了，那我就开始喽。检查一下。哦，真的是很老的电话哎。这个呢？哦，还可以拿起来。
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
这个是一个什么铃铛吗？这个呢？把它放回去，把电话拿出来，我看一下。哦，电话这边可以拆下来啦。知道了。这个电话这边 螺丝要拆下来。再拆一个螺丝，还有一个，好有趣的一个游戏，然后又很复古，老人应该会很喜欢。好，拆开来了。
You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
谁说我不会修了？哦，这边也要把这个螺丝拆下来，我想。哦，所以这边的连接线坏了，要把它连接新的。知道了，先把这个拆下。哦，这个。拆下来，这个坏掉了，然后把这个放过来，这边，然后上紧它的螺丝，嗯哼，我看这个也坏掉了。哦，这可以拿起来，让这个接到这边，然后这个先拿掉。然后呢，音乐也是蛮轻松的，所以我放在这边。
These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring.
那我来把电话接到电话，铃声接到铃声。
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
然后我的那个铃铛也换成新的，那我先要把这个放回去，锁一下，然后再把壳放回去，锁4个螺丝。
I think I've missed a screw somehow.
哎，漏了2个螺丝，好吧。蛮精致，然后我觉得 Apple Arcade 到目前我都玩的蛮高兴的，就是它没有广告，然后也没有什么小小的那种氪金啊，都没有。
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
为什么？因为他没有钱付。
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill anyway. And the rent and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
真的，以前就是这样子拨电话的，有那种声音。
How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the cheque in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh, God, I have to get ready. Actually, I might have another job for you. Can you come by tomorrow?
还要修什么东西吗？有给钱吗？修照相机。 现在大家都用手机照
The
相，应
next
该很
day,
少人
I'd
用照
promised
相机
Carmen I'd
哦。
return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name. Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked. The woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix things. I'd usually go to an expert, of course, but in this town...
哦，这是他的姐姐。
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't have been more different. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera. Any professional photographer's dream.
这也很适合就是平板来玩哦，用手来控制。
The viewfinder is completely dark. I can't see anything through it at all. I assume you can figure out what's wrong.
修相机。哦，酷哦！哇哦！这边螺丝可以拆掉，我先把它放回去，看一下这个说明书。
You need the manual.
对啊，要看一下，不然把它修坏了。所以就要放有个镜子在这边，知道了。还可以这样子看。好，知道了，放回去。那我来打开来。还有这边。Assemble with care。小心。哦，这边还有一个。
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
这个啦，这个破掉了。换这个。
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror.
好啊，调整一下。这样应该没有错。
Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working.
怎么装回去？先装这个吧，锁一下。有时候都忘了那个解开的顺序了。那这个吗？来个螺丝。哦，还有胶卷。
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
这边。然后还有一个。这样。这就修好了。完成。
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition, the first of its kind. It cost me 3 months' salary, but it was worth it.
现在还是有人用这种，就是真的一个大相机在照相哦，就是专业的。我之前也蛮想买的，那后来还是决定用手机来照。
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better? She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least there's one person in this town who knows what they're doing.
很高傲这个人。
Sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought so little of her sister.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
哇，这个眼睛啊，画得很好。
That didn't sound good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit, I hoped Carmen was ready.
好，所以我们又修了照相机。接下来要修什么？哦，不会很难。然后整个游戏玩到现在觉
The
得
sun was setting over Bellariva by the time I reached Carmen's cafe. From the outside, it looked as quiet as ever, but inside, I found Carmen cleaning like her life depended on it.
我觉得玩的时候心情蛮平静的，就是整个都是觉得蛮不错的感觉。玩这个游戏。
Maria! Oh, don't mind all of this. If Helena finds one speck of dust in here, I'll never hear the end of it.
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension beneath each sweep of her mop. Trying to live up to the standards of someone like Helena seemed like an impossible task.
I hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke. I really need this to go well. If she doesn't lend me the money, I don't know how long I can keep this place going.
Carmen led me to a back room, where she'd laid out the components of what looked like a neon sign.
I had this made when I first opened the cafe, but I'm hopeless with electronics.
我们要修霓虹灯是吗？
So there was supposed to be a sign outside. This might explain the lack of customers.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets here. Can you give it a try?
可以。哦，这个是我们的霓虹灯，这个是灯座，这个是哦，我知道了，放在灯座上面的板子。这个呢，电源、胶水，还有这个3根电线，所以我就先放这个。哦，这边要有螺丝可以打开。打开来。乱修就哦，还有这个啦，知道了，放在这边，然后把电池放过来，胶水。然后电线，Good 好，这边应该修好了吧？来把它锁一下。 后我想想看，这边吗？这个
I don't know, it's a bit flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
Great idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
哦，需要再把它打开来吗？哦，这样子。哦，没有，要浇水。嗯哼，我在想应该是要降阶，然后把电导到这边来，然后再把电导到这边来。这好像对咯。
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up.
然后把它锁起来。这边开一下。修好了吗？
It still needs something else. Maybe we can add one of these.
加其中一个，然后这边又有一个套件。我先把这套件放到这边，我再来修一下。哦，不行，要有胶水。 好，所以电从这边过来到这边，然后到这边，然后到这边。那现在我要先把它拉到这里，然后再用一根电线从这里绕回这里，这样。那我再把壳子盖上，锁起来。蛮有趣的游戏。 好 ，one of this， 开一下，不错吗？
It works. I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set.
完成。
The sign fixed, we headed outside and mounted it carefully over the cafe door.
That's perfect, Maria. It looks just how I imagined it. When I had this sign made, it all seemed so simple. Oh, I can't believe I might have to give it all up. I hope I've done enough.
The smile froze on her face as she spotted something over my shoulder.
她姐姐来
I
了。
turned to see.
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't actually open.
For better or worse, Helena had arrived. Carmen opened her mouth to explain, but Helena swept indifferently past her. Finally pausing in the doorway, she turned back towards Carmen.
The first thing we're doing is getting rid of that hideous sign.
And with that, she disappeared inside. I hoped Carmen's chances of saving the cafe hadn't disappeared with her.
哦，接下来要修电动玩具吗？我还可以这样子有这个动画，好棒！那 那我打算今天先玩到这个地方，我们下集再继续修东西修下去。我是魏巍，感谢大家点击这个影片。如果大家喜欢我的影片的话，欢迎大家订阅我的频道，我会做更多 Apple Arcade 游戏的这个游戏记录。我们下期再见，拜。